All right, baseball fans, get ready because we are going deep on Mike Trout today.
Deep.
We've got a ton of info to cover, articles, stats, stories,
Oh, yeah.
even some like personal stuff. So
I love those.
get ready for a wild ride, right? Figuring out what makes Mike Trout Mike Trout.
Yeah, what makes him so unique? We'll cover it all. His small-town beginnings,
Yeah.
his crazy MLB career. I bet you'll find some surprises along the way.
Oh, for sure. I'm sure we will. So to start, let's go all the way back.
Way back.
Mike Trout, born 1991, grew up in Millville, New Jersey, a real baseball town, it seems.
It does, doesn't it?
His dad was actually drafted by the Twins, played minor league ball.
Wow.
So, I mean, baseball kind of in the genes there.
In the blood, for sure. It's wild how those early influences can shape a player.
Totally.
And Trout was a huge Phillies fan. Can you imagine? Like young Mike at that 2008 World Series parade.
Oh, yeah.
Just dreaming of being out there himself one day.
Oh, I love it. Like a movie, right?
Yeah.
Speaking of early influences,
Yeah.
get this.
Yeah.
His first position was shortstop, war number 2, all because of Derek Jeter.
Of course. Classic.
Crazy to think one of the best outfielders ever
Yeah.
wanted to be like the captain.
It's amazing how those role models, they inspire, you know? But Trout, eventually, he moved to the outfield.
Yeah.
And it was obvious, the talent, I mean, even in high school, hitting bombs,
Okay.
set a New Jersey state record, 18 home runs his senior year.
18.
Yeah.
That's wild. No wonder he was on those major league teams' radar already.
Oh, yeah.
The Angels saw it, drafted him straight out of high school, 2009.
Life-changing moment for a young player. But he didn't go straight to MLB.
Right.
Started in the minors, paid his dues, which is interesting. And, you know, even the most talented guys,
Yeah.
they got to work for it.
It really shows you what it takes to get to that level, for sure.
Yeah.
And Trout, he wasn't just playing in the minors. He was killing it.
Oh, dominating.
2010, 19 years old, he becomes the youngest ever to win the Topps Minor League Player of the Year.
That's crazy.
Pretty amazing, right?
By 2011, everyone was talking about him, ranked as the #1 prospect by, like, every publication.
Wow.
The hype was real. Baseball world was ready for him.
And they got a taste that year when he was called up a short stint with the Angels.
Must have been amazing for him finally getting that shot. But then they sent him back down to the minors.
You're kidding.
Hard to believe, right? A player like that, not ready. But it makes 2012 even crazier.
Oh, 2012, that was his year.
Breakout year. He just took over, showed everyone what he could do.
What stood out to you?
His WAR, wins above replacement, incredible, ended the season with a 10.9 WAR. That's insane.
Wow, what does that even mean?
Like 5 is all-star level, so 10.9, off the charts. Basically, he was responsible for almost 11 wins for the Angels by himself.
No way.
Yeah.
So it wasn't just the home runs or big plays, it was everything.
Exactly. And that year, he also became the youngest ever to hit 30 home runs and steal 40 bases in a season. The 30-30 Club, that's elite company, you know, shows his athleticism.
Wow, doing things no one his age had done before. And with such confidence, too. But that season, wasn't there a big debate about the MVP award?
The 2012 MVP race, so heated. You had Trout, unbelievable WAR, just dominating. But then Miguel Cabrera did the impossible, a triple crown, led the league in batting average, home runs, and DB runs batted in.
That's crazy. So it was the stats people versus the old school baseball fans.
It was. How do we even measure a player's worth? Right? What does MVP really mean?
Cabrera ended up winning, but I heard a lot of people felt Trout should have gotten it.
A lot of people, including me, thought he was robbed. What do you think?
It's tough. A triple crown is huge, but Trout's overall impact was undeniable. It's really complicated.
It is so many different ways to look at the game. But no matter what, 2012 was Trout's arrival, a superstar was born, and that was just the beginning.
The beginning of a wild ride for sure. Welcome back. We were just talking about that crazy 2012 season, so what happened next?
Buckle up, because from 2013 to 2019, Trout was unstoppable.
Unstoppable, huh?
Yeah, consistently high WAR, tons of all-star games, and a whole bunch of Silver Slugger awards, you know, best hitter at each position.
Right.
Basically, he just kept getting better.
It almost seems unfair to everyone else.
Right. But it's not just the awards, it's how he got them.
Yeah.
In 2013, he hit for the cycle, youngest American League player ever to do it.
Wow, a cycle, so that's a single, double, triple, and a home run all in one game.
Exactly. And those back-to-back All-Star Game MVP awards, 2014 and 2015, first ever to do that.
You said his WAR stayed high. What kind of numbers are we talking?
Remember that 10.9 in 2012?
Yeah.
Almost impossible to top that, but he kept it above 8 every year.
Still incredible.
Leading the league in pretty much every offensive category, runs, on-base percentage, everything.
So not just power, but getting on base any way he can, making him a real threat?
For sure. And, all this success had to make those contract talks interesting.
I bet. Didn't he sign a huge deal in 2019?
Massive contract with the Angels, $426 million, the biggest in North American sports history at the time. The Angels knew he was worth it.
Wow, that's a lot of faith in his future performance. And he didn't disappoint. 2020, he hits his 300th home run, breaking the Angels' all-time record.
Big milestone, especially for someone so young. But then, injuries happen.
Right, the calf injury in 21, then those back problems.
It's tough to see a player like that get sidelined, but what's amazing is how he comes back.
Yeah, even with the setbacks, he's still playing at a high level.
He's got that fighter spirit. Do you remember when he hit his 300th double against the Red Sox?
Not a stat you hear about often, but it's got to be pretty rare.
Puts him in a special group with guys like Bonds, A-Rod, Willie Mays. To get there at his age is unreal.
It's amazing how much he's already done in his career, but we focused a lot on the numbers.
Right, the stats, the awards.
What about Mike Trout, the person? What's he like off the field?
That's what we're going to talk about next. His personal life, his hobbies, all those crazy nicknames he's got.
I'm ready for it. All right, we've gone from Millville to the majors, superstar status, the whole thing. But now I want to know about Mike Trout, the guy, not just the player. What's he like when he's not hitting dingers?
That's what I love about him. Super famous, rich, but down to earth, really values family.
I've heard that real family man.
Yeah.
Married his high school sweetheart, right?
Yep. Jessica Cox back in 2017. They have a son born in 2020. It's great to see, keeps him grounded.
You'd love to see it. And speaking of, well, not really, but those nicknames.
Oh, yeah.
The Millville Meteor, God's Gift, Prince Fish, Kingfish 2.0.
So many.
Prince Fish. Where'd that come from?
He loves fishing. Some of them just stick, The Millville Meteor, that's my favorite kind of superhero-ish. And it came from a fan edit on his Wikipedia page. Can you believe it?
Wikipedia, always up to something. But did you know President Obama gave him a shout-out?
Oh, yeah, the Farm Bill thing.
I forgot about that.
Back in 2014, Obama's explaining this bill, and he goes, it's like Mike Trout for you baseball fans, a guy with a lot of tools.
So Mike Trout, metaphor for a bill. That's wild. Goes beyond sports,
Shows you how talented he is. Even people who don't watch baseball, they know him.
For sure.
Yeah.
And gotta love that hometown pride. Phillies fan through and through.
Eagles, Flyers, Sixers, the whole deal.
Keeps it real, makes him relatable. So besides baseball, what else does he get into? Any hobbies?
Well, he's a bit of a weather nerd.
Oh, wait.
Loves meteorology, tracks storms, the whole 9 yards.
That's pretty cool. Maybe he'll be on the Weather Channel someday.
Uh-huh. Who knows? But it just shows there's more to him than baseball. He's got other passions.
Makes you wonder what he'll do after he retires. Maybe chase some storms professionally.
Or just chill with his family, enjoy life. Whatever he does, he'll give it his all, that's for sure.
Totally. And we got to mention his trading cards, big money there. One sold for, what was it, almost $4 million?
$3.93 million back in 2020. Almost the most expensive sports card ever.
Crazy, right? For a piece of cardboard. That's insane. But it shows you his impact, the legacy he's building. So after all this, it's amazing to me. Incredible talent, but seems like a regular guy.
I know, right? It's what makes him so interesting. And it brings up the big question. What will his legacy be? The best ever, even without a World Series ring.
That's the question, isn't it? Fans, experts, everyone's debating it. Probably will for years to come.
And that's why his story is so fascinating. We've looked at where he's been, where he is now, but the future, his place in history, that's still unwritten.
Absolutely. This has been an awesome deep dive, I got to say.
Right.
If you're listening, go check out more Mike Trout stuff, highlights, interviews. You won't regret it.
Yeah, one thing's for sure, Mike Trout's going to be remembered for a long, long time. Thanks for joining us. It's been a blast.